Really the only thing that gon' be normal is distribution. Normal folks gon' infuse some. Optimize your lineups and you feed the rest, you mute them. Turning it up, these numbers are loud. Peeping this game from a nimbus is wild. Making it rain while I embrace all this risk, I'm insane. Talking about that best bell, I'm the best till into the next world. Guess I got next still. Best bell, I'm the best rest till into the next world. Guess I got next still.
Yo, we're back for Going Live episode 5, I believe. Yep. And excited to be back, guys. Excited to be back. Had a great interview with Tom from Fantasy Sanctuary. I want to say his last name is not gonna even try. We had a good draft, had a good conversation. If you guys want to check it out, Fantasy Sanctuary was what he did it on. Today we're just gonna do a nice little DraftKings stream. Now that we have the schedule released, yesterday we did the draft. We kind of had a couple hits here and there. Not my Steelers, because I'm not like I cheer for the Steelers because they have Najee, but the Steelers got the Chiefs week 17, which is kind of exciting. What else? Kind of good matchups. It was a lot of decent matchups. Nothing blowing my socks off. Nothing terrible. Nothing great. I think there was a Miami, Cleveland. Am I wrong there? Well, let's pull up the schedule. Oh, I do not want to book now for Raleigh Dinos Alive. Week 17. So everybody's going to be on the the Baltimore-Houston thing. Now that if you could get like CMC with Nico and then come back around with Mark Andrews, Lamar, like that'll be common. And that's not a bad stack. It's just it'll be some kind of variation of those. Like the first few rounds, if you get a Baltimore piece or a Houston piece, you're going to want to combine it with the opposite, obviously. Chicago, Seattle looks like a fun game. Could be cold. Could be good, though. Just so you guys can see what I see, go ahead and put it on the screen. Be a part of it. Bada bing. Share screen. ESPN NFL schedule. Denver at Cincinnati. You know, they do have the lockdown corner there. But that doesn't scare me. Jamar Chase is the number one wide receiver still. If that pushes his ADP down, great. Like, give me more shares of Chase, please. Arizona at Los Angeles. That could be a really big game, as in a shot for the title, the division title / who knows? Like maybe it's a shootout because it's not like Arizona's defense got dramatically better. They didn't. They went to the offensive side, and then we already know that the offensive toughness. I don't know how to describe it. Like the Rams are really good on the offensive side, and they lost Aaron Donald. This could be a shootout that we're targeting late in our drafts to get a piece of like Blake Corum. I don't want to say Dortch, but maybe Dortch. Something along those lines. We've got the Chargers at New England. I have no idea what to expect out of New England, but if it's Drake May playing, it could be a Los Angeles stomp where we do like Baker and we do like them, and maybe they show out, or maybe it's a dominating shutdown performance by the Chargers, where we do want two of the running backs there potentially. At the New England now, it's just a prediction that I've seen a few times. The Patriots were only projected for like 5 wins, which obviously at week 17 their season's kind of in the tank. They could be checked out, so it might be more playing time for the younger guys, but it also might be, a dominating performance by the Chargers where nobody gets back from the New England. So you don't always have to week 17 correlate. You could always say this team is dominating this week, and you can have a piece or two of that. Indianapolis at New York. You'll get a couple shares. A couple shares from both sides of that. That's not bad. It's gonna be cold in New York, but I'd probably go more like a Hyatt in this scenario. Maybe, like somebody like that. I'm trying to think of a single defensive back in Indianapolis. I don't know. I think a lot of people are going to be targeting the Commanders and Atlanta. That one's going to be pretty popular, I have a feeling. The Jets in Buffalo. The Jets give Josh Allen a tough time. I wouldn't be surprised if Josh fell down a couple steps just because people are afraid of that narrative. It could be a good game, though, if Aaron Rodgers is there. But if I'm anybody, I'm pushing up Garrett Wilson maybe a spot now. If I already hadn't done it a few times now, like he's up at 9 for me. So Green Bay at Minnesota, that game has been played the last 3 or 4 years, and I mean, it hasn't gone well for the people in that game. I do think that there's a higher potential for shootout these years, but who knows? Las Vegas at New Orleans. That's nice that it's indoors. That's a game you could target. Who would you want to target from that game? Devontae. Well, they had that really good corner, so maybe you want to go the 2 there. This might be a good spot for Brock Bowers. Maybe. I forget what they were weak against. I have to go back and watch some tape. I don't remember if their run game was weak. I do know they have Marshawn Lattimore. And obviously can't predict if they're still up to snuff, but just something to think about. Maybe you target the second wide receiver like Jacoby, or didn't they bring somebody else in? I'm just drawing a blank on it. I've been talking all this. All right. Let's double check. Make sure I pull up the comments. I don't forget those. Oh. Let's see here. Carolina at Tampa Bay. That should be a fun game. As I've been grabbing Brooks occasionally more often now. Chris Godwin has always done fairly well against them. So has Mike. So that should be a competitive game in Tampa, warm weather, even in the cold temperatures of December. Tampa Bay is not that cold, kind of. So that should be a good, ideal place. Tennessee at Jacksonville, the Calvin Ridley narrative, revenge game, / in my opinion, to show out that they didn't need him. This could be a shootout. That's glad I've been targeting. I'm happy that my current bags are filled with Jacksonville, Tennessee stacks, where I know I've gotten a bunch of Calvin Ridley with Gabe Davis and T-Law, so those teams feel good. Dallas at Philadelphia, that's just their classic NFC East type matchup. They could go in any way. Who knows what? Honestly, I think the Cowboys are taking a step back, but maybe I'm just not reading the tea leaves correctly, but I feel like I'm reading them right. I also don't feel great about the Eagles defensively, so maybe it is a good game. Next, we have Miami at Cleveland. And I know this is not a great matchup for Tua and Tyreek. But maybe they changed the narrative and Tua's actually performs well. Maybe, I don't know. It's a tough game to gauge. Plus, Cleveland's defense was so dominant last year at certain times. that was a tough game to like focus on personally. I'll probably just take my one-offs still there, just in case. Um, Also, they maybe needed to get to week 17. And then finally, we'll look at week 16 here real quickly and just point out one or two matchups that we like. So we have Detroit at San Fran. Ooh, Brandon Ayuk coming back to dominate again. ASB. I always like to target the last game of the season. So having, maybe get a couple extra shares of Amon-Ra and Christian McCaffrey and Brandon Ayuk. Maybe try to get one Detroit or San Francisco player. That'd be fun. That would be fun. So let's take a quick look at Week 16. I haven't done as much research on the schedule. I thought some people would put out their stuff a little bit quicker than they have, but they have not. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Nah. Pittsburgh at Baltimore. That's not something to target there. That one's a tough game that can go boring or shootout. Houston at Kansas City. Houston has a lot of juicy matchups for fun, competitive games. That doesn't make them going to be competitive. They got to make it there. New York at Atlanta. Depending on Daniel Jones, that could be a good, fun matchup. New Orleans at Green Bay. That should be a good game. Tampa Bay at Dallas. That seems like a blowout in Dallas's favor. But then again, you got the old Westlinger Baker Mayfield from that type of area. San Fran at Miami. That should be a fun game. If it wasn't like they were traveling across the world. Jacksonville at Las Vegas. Okay, so I'm getting excited about my Jacksonville shares. Minnesota. Detroit at Chicago. So Detroit has fun matchups, but I don't think they're ideal matchups. Buffalo has some terrible matchups in the sense like the script you want is not going to be what you want for what they currently are. And then finally, week 15, the first week of the playoffs. LA, San Francisco. It's a fun matchup. Chicago, Minnesota looks like a fun matchup. This Pittsburgh got Philadelphia. Oof. Pittsburgh has got some tough matchups, man. They got Philly, they've got the Ravens, and they got the Chiefs. Oof. You know what, though? I wouldn't be surprised if Pittsburgh took 2 out of those 3. And if that's the hardest 3 matchups they get at the end of the season, like their first part of the schedule has got to be cake. Miami at Houston should be a shootout. This is the best matchup that Buffalo and Detroit have are one another. It's December 15th, the first week of the playoffs. Yeah, there's some good matchups there. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Hey, what up, Jose? How we doing, man? How we doing? Go ahead and jump into a draft. Jump in now if you can to the $20 DraftKings. I'm getting there myself, so give me a half a second. Do not want to pay DraftKings coins. That hit edit rankings. I must have. Alrighty. I'm in the lobby, 5 of 12. I've got a friend in me. Good. Looking at the 17 matchups and possible builds. Yeah, there's a lot of different ways. I'm excited to keep building on the Tennessee Jacksonville stuff. I'm excited about that one myself. I think the most popular two are going to be the Commanders and the Atlanta, and the Houston and Baltimore. I think that's going to be the most common Week 17 builds there are out there. All right, currently, who do we have in here? Contest details. Who's in here? We got Cam Man 81, Cash for Coins, Easy Money Man, Moods, Matt Turd. So okay, now that he's in my second draft in as many days, clearly a guy. Bucks 93, Mike Varda. I don't even remember what he drafted. Oh, let's go back and quietly look at my previous drafts. Or you can announce yourself. Let's see here. BestBell Nation. On Tuesday, what did we draft? BestBell Nation. What did we draft on Tuesday? Were you in here? Let's see here. Let's see here. You drafted a. Let's see. Not reading the whole team. You had Rashee Rice, Nick Chubb, TJ Hawkinson, Dalton Schultz. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you had Puka, Nico, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, James Cook, Aaron Jones, Rashee Rice, Nick Chubb, Dalton Schultz, Matthew Stafford, Sean Watson, J.K. Dobbins, Chuba Hubbard, Darren Waller, Daniel Jones, Demarcus Robinson, Tyler Higbee, Greg Dortch, Alexander Madison. Okay. Now I know, Nat Turd. Now I know. You like Puka and you like Nico. Now I know. Can't get by me. You can't get by me, Nat Turd. See if he left. We calling him out. All right, he's still in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more person, looks like. 11 and 12. Irene hits. I like today. No big wins yet. No big wins. Not enough play time. I can't remember what all these badges mean. Oh, 1,000 contests. I know you'll max out the $20 milli at DK. Is there advantage of drafting more teams at certain times of the offseason? Yes, there is. Where we drafted at the beginning, before the season kicks off with the schedule release, there was of a possible advantage of getting different combinations that you're definitely not going to get later. Correlation-wise, the rise of rookies before the schedule releases. And then when the schedule releases, you have the first advantage before the ADPs just shift dramatically to certain ways. So eventually the schedule is going to severely impact the ADPs of players. And then when training camp opens, there'll be a different switch of players just based off of a 5-second clip of a player making an incredible one-handed catch. It always happens and always will happen. There was that Bijan clip where he caught the ball, juked that guy out of his shoes, and Bijan went to the moon pretty much. And then you'll get some playing time, and that the advantage of doing your drafts early. There's an advantage to doing the schedules or doing your drafts like right as schedules come out, so you get the advantage of trying to get really good builds, knowing the week 17 schedule, and then getting the advantage at the very end will give you advantage of having the most knowledge that you can have versus, those lineups will compete against ours who we didn't have any information. We didn't have like any injuries yet. So drafting later is better, but the combinations of players you can get early you can't get those sometimes. So there's positives and minuses to both. I do say I just like to draft throughout the entire offseason. One, it keeps me in good practice. And two, I like to draft. So I don't like to draft all of mine at once. Okay, so I get Chase at 4. Take it. We'll take it. Yeah, I plan on maxing TK underdog, and then the last week where we have our most information and knowledge of what is most likely where we're headed for starting jobs and everything. Drafters is where you want to be at the last week because one, they always have a little bit of overlay. Last year they got close to filling it, but they still had overlay. Two, you kind of know exactly who's going to be starting. Like that Cooper Cup news that came out like week 2, week 3 of the preseason last year where he had like this random hamstring stuff happening. Like that's stuff that early on Felix did not know, and it was taking him over Tyreek Hill. If I would have known that he was going to have this hamstring issue, I would have not taken him over Tyreek Hill. I would have had more Tyreek Hill, and there we go. Would have had more Baltimore stacks and had like better success. But I didn't. I had a lot of Rams, which also led me to a lot more Puka. So I had a lot of Puka with my Cooper Cup. You win some, you lose some. You can't beat yourself up if you have a tough season either. It's one lineup or it's one slate. Like I play a different slate every night in basketball. Obviously, I don't max it or whatever, but like if you were to max it, you're going to probably lose a lot more than you win unless you're obviously a basketball expert or that profession expert. I'd probably say I lost 13 weeks last year, but I had a couple good weeks in the NFL, which made it a little bit positive. If my best ball teams would have made it to the finals, maybe I actually would have won a lot of money because all of them were set up for the big. The only person I didn't have was Cooper Cup, or not Cooper Cup, was Amari Cooper who went off. But I had a lot of Jaden Reed. I had a lot of the Green Bay stacks, and Pittsburgh went off. Najee went off. They had a lot of the Seattle players. But it is what it is. Let's see what Nat Nerd did here. Let's see if he's falling to what he did last time. Okay, he got Garrett Wilson. Okay. I got you. Oh, and we got a new subscriber on the Patreon. We had Jose. Awesome. Thank you. Was it about a week and a half ago, Jose? And then last night we got Larry. I don't know how to say your last name, so I'm not going to butcher it. Larry, I think it was Larry C. And so pretty cool. We're moving on up to one day being able to quit my job and doing this, every day, and going live for a lot longer of a time. So if we ever get to what would it take? Let's just replace my current pay, $3K. We need 600 patrons. We're at 9, so we need 550 more, and we're going to be contemplating retirement. Well, not retirement, but like quitting my job. So I like Devin A-Chain here. I wasn't able to grab him yesterday. We grabbed Nico. I'm not opposed to Nico, and I've heard Devin A-Chain fallen. And I know that people don't like his matchup, but I do like Devin A-Chain regardless of where he's being drafted at. I think he's a lock. He's for good play. Let's look at the Miami schedule. Let's see if I can find I can find their schedule by themselves. Let's see here. Miami. Regular season, they get the Jags. Well, we know we like the Jags here, so that'll be nicely stacked. Let's see here. The Bills. All right. Home with the Bills. The first 2 games are home games, and then at Seattle, at Tennessee, or home with Tennessee, at Patriots, at Colts. So the first part of their season is fairly soft, which means they should get big leads in a few of these games. Yeah, I mean, it's a good. They have the Jets as their second. There's their second division games on week 18, so they don't only get the Jets once, which is good for, the Jets defense is pretty legit. After I make this pick, I'll announce every player that's in the room. Let's get Laporta. I haven't gotten a lot of Laporta. I already forgot who they were playing. Week 17. I can't max the $20 DK Millie, but I will max the $3.20 team max DK attorney. Your content really helps as I don't play on DK. Yeah. I play a lot. I guess and I hopefully will be making content for Bradley over here on the Fantasy Football Plus Network for season long. So if you want season long content, I will also be giving it on here and on the Patreon. I don't know what I'm going to do specifically for the Patreon because last year, after the season started, I didn't know what else to do content wise for the Patreon. So this year we'll figure out something. It's going to be more DFS based. It won't just be best ball focused afterwards, but I chose the name Best Ball Nation because I enjoy best ball the most, but I also do like DFS throughout the season. Obviously, Wednesdays will always be dedicated to lineup reviews and lineup look-ats. So that'll be Patreon members get their lineups looked at first, and if we go an hour, and if we don't get to you, that's the fault of not being a Patreon member. All Patreon members will get their lineups looked at if they want me to look at them. They can show as many on the screen as they want on Wednesdays of the regular season. Heck, at any point you guys want me to look at your lineups and you're paying me $5 a month, I will look at it. I will tell you what I think, whether it be positive, negative, whatever I'm feeling that time. Okay. Normal. What the just happened here? Lamar Jackson coming up the board a little bit now. Interesting. Oh, guys. I'm out here trying to say where there's not that many bad drafters anymore, and sitting back out here drafting Jared Goff in the 3rd round. Oh, there's no accidental mistake. That's just like what happened. That means like you put him in your queue because you just selected ASB and then you ran into a place with no internet. Malik Neighbors fell to the 4th round. What is going on, guys? What is going on? Cooper Kupp went, though. Of course he did. Trey McBride, good pick. I love Trey McBride falling out after Laporta Kelsey, but at the same token, I want some shares of Laporta. I don't want to be completely out on him. And he fell a little bit there, so. Oh, my goodness. I feel like there's got to be some good players out here, yeah. Jacobs is out here. That's going to be a revenge game, isn't it? Yeah, Aaron Jones versus Jacobs. or we can get T, get that double like we did yesterday. I already forgot the matchups. My brain is fried today. I had my son's field day today as well. So, okay, so somebody took him and him. I haven't had too many ETN shares. Let's gonna go ahead and put him. Honestly, let's take a quick gander at everybody. Yeah, I mean, 10 picks past ADP. Or 8 picks past ADP. That's not a bad pick. Maybe I'll attack it, or maybe I'll get every piece of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Please. Why are we questionable? What are we questionable for? Week 1 of the preseason? I wanted to get to week 17. I already forgot who Cincinnati is playing. Denver. Okay, you took that person. I like Kincaid, but it's a lot of capital. I don't have a lot of Xavier Worthy, and we're grabbing our boy Najee in round 7. So the next round, no, 2 rounds from now. So the fact that we're getting Worthy here, and then should get a nice correlated matchup piece there. The only reason I had these headphones on is because I really like listening to the introduction song from whoever made that song for Bradley's channel. Really big fan of that. Golf this early. You don't see this on ED. Good. You have an advantage. Yeah. I play high stakes redraft leagues, so I take redraft seriously. Looking forward to the content. Yeah, I'm not a big. I mean, I have my redraft leagues with my boys, but nobody. There's no money involved. We all I'm the one really that pays it. Like, there's 2 guys that pay attention. It's like 10 of us. We were an 8-man league for a really long time, and then I added a couple people. They don't really play, and it's like it's not a. I already know I'm going to be in the championship either with my brother-in-law, or this guy from Wisconsin. So it's always the 3 of us at this current time. I'm hoping that one day the other guys just will be bored and jump back in and start doing it again. But I set it up that they auto draft their teams, and occasionally one of them makes a draft move. I typically, dominate. I still lose it every once in a while. But yeah, I've won every other year against my brother-in-law and this guy from Wisconsin. I think he won it this last year. And another thing is people. So my biggest pet peeve about people saying DraftKings is super soft is you can say that, right? But nobody that I know has won the championship. So if it's so soft, shouldn't there be more Millie Maker winners other than myself making content? I got tired of playing on League with BS trades and high stake leagues. Done a lot of trades, which I like. Yeah, nobody made trades in my league, in mine. And the one trade I did do with my buddy Dan, it was for a Arizona running back, and he got something in return. I honestly set it up so he could, would trade with me more often, and I ended up winning the trade because the guy was like garbage. All right, so 12 picks past ADP. We're gonna go ahead and take AR here. Who grabbed Joe? Did he's the one that grabbed T? No. Okay. Huh. What are you doing drafting? Let's see. That's fine. I'm gonna get Downs and I don't even know what else, but I'm not gonna let him fall a full round past me. That just seems silly. And then I'm gonna make the biggest reach grab to Najee. He keeps falling up, which I was thinking he's gonna go to round 6. I have a feeling that he may swing back the other way eventually. I've had so many at this side of the board picks. I would like eventually to get Evan Ingram on my teams, but I'm not risking because 76. The next one is, right at his number, 93. That's too close for my comfort. Feels like the end of round 7. I would grab. I'd probably still grab Najee, but like, it's giving me more pause. Is there anything? Pittman. We could go for 80 Mitchell as well. He's around here somewhere. 114. Yeah. Oh. I don't have golf on the board. AR naked. That's okay. That's okay. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. It's a fun team, regardless. Yeah. This entire time, like the last 3 years after I won it, all I heard was that, the lobbies are so soft, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, and yet I hear them talk, and like I think one of them had a chip in the chair, in the finals, and it's like, man, it's so soft, man. Oof. So you guys got so many teams into the finals. I'm like, get out of here. They're still spreading. There's like these people. They're so. There's so many people that are out here talking a big game, and then they still are scared to stick to their guns and draft players they think are good. Like, why do you have to spread your profile so thin if you're doing this, practically for a living for some of them, and like, why don't they just take a stand on players that actually have actual beliefs in more than 20%? That's 20% is one pick every 5 drafts. You only have 150 drafts. So at 20%, which is like the highest some people will go, means they at the max will have 30. Is that 30 drafts? Like 1 in every 5? So, I mean, is that really? It's like you have 30 lineups with your favorite player that you think is going to smash. And then, so you have 30 lineups. That means everything has to have gone perfectly in those 30 lineups for you to have felt comfortable with. You're making a bet on 30 lineups, not 50 lineups. I mean, 50 lineups, makes sense to me. That's a good, solid number. 30%, I can understand. 20%, these people, some of them out there, I mean, not for me. If you really think something's a smash or correctly or incorrectly priced, I think there's no number that you shouldn't feel comfortable with unless you don't have belief in yourself and your own thoughts. That you can't. There's no number you can't get to. I truly don't need another running back. So I don't have anything from over there. We're gonna grab Jameson Williams. There's nothing else. I could grab David Njoku, which I thought about, which I might still do if he's still there. My receivers are kind of hot garbage right now. We're still gonna work on that though. If we get David Njoku here, we will be done at tight end with 2. If not, we might grab a third eventually. Let's see here. Picks are flying off the board here. Trying to think what I would go if I don't get. I might select the Chargers. Play. Who are they playing week 17? I already forgot. Chargers play New England, which is always a nice little game stack at the end. And Njoku, welcome to the squad. We're done at tight end. Honestly, my running backs are pretty good. Probably grab one more on one of these. If Singletary makes it back to me, we'll be done there. And then we'll just focus on, a secondary quarterback, maybe a third quarterback, and a bunch of wide receivers. Yeah, I don't disrespect DraftKings drafters like others do, but I also do feel like I have the confidence that I can outdraft at least 6 players in the draft rooms at all times. I have that confidence in myself. So then I'm looking at trying to beat 6 other people, or I guess 5 other people. I just need to get in the top 2. And what we got here? 252. 5 running backs, huh? So my wide receivers going to be bad. You got Garrett Wilson, smash pick the turd. But then you got Rashee Rice. I'm not going to lie to you. That's probably minimum 2 games on the IR. Not IR, but suspension list. At probably 2 games, right? At least. And so you're looking at Garrett Wilson, day 1 starter, and you still need 2 other wide receivers. I hope the best for you, because you're putting yourself in a tough position. Okay, Rashid Shaheed is a good player out here. Obviously, it's another that I like. Gotta put my daughter to bed. We will rewatch the entire stream broadcast tomorrow morning. Hey, I appreciate you coming in, Jose. Put your daughter down. Give her a nice big hug. Tell her you love her, man. Can't, gotta take those times and enjoy them the best you want, as best you can. Before you know it, they will want you to put them to bed. I want Singletary sitting back. I know I drafted with you for like not that long ago, too. I feel like everybody's out to get me. All right, we got Singletary. Awesome. You got T-Law. I'm a little jealous. I should grab A.D. Mitchell here. I love Gabe Davis, obviously, but A.D. Mitchell This is my next best bets. Indianapolis has New York. I mean, that'd be a fun matchup for Anthony Richardson. A late movement by AD Mitchell to get back out there. Well, not get back out there, but to prove himself to the team. That late season rise is what I was going for. So we have a bit of a mosh posh of everything else right now going. A little bit of a Detroit skinny stack. Who were they playing? They were playing San Fran. I don't have any San Fran, but that's okay. Can't stack every game. I mean, could, but it wouldn't be ideal. Let's see here. Let's see. So far, no wide receivers have gone off except for Sutton, which I'm not drafting. So, alrighty. I'm gonna hopefully grab AD Mitchell and get potentially Gabe in the 12th. We can pray. We can hope. We can pray and hope. And if not, it is what it is. Wait, did the turd graph Chubb and Hawkinson again? Oh, you son of a gun. Who's drafted next to me? Cam Man. Okay, I got my eye on you, Cam Man. Got my eye on you, young man. Got my eyes on you. Jack 818. Is he in this lobby? I feel like did I see that earlier? No Jack 818. Who else is in that lobby on Tuesday? Well, let's find out. Oh yeah, the little guy not there. Delay. Is delay in this one? No delay. I'm looking out for you guys. Trying to pull out your tendencies. Let's see here. You drafted Stafford. You drafted Chubb and Hawkinson. Okay, the turn. Since you were here, you gotta tell me. You have to be here, right? You gotta tell me what's your thoughts on Chubb and T.J. Hawkinson. You know something I don't know. I need to start Josh Downs. Have some gas. Oh man. Oh buddy. Let's see here. Blake Corum is a good pick here as well. But we are going to hit some correlation with the quarterback if no, it's not possible. He's been drafted. Alrighty. Did we ever take that fourth running back? We did. We took Singletary. Okay. Let's see here. What we got here, wide receiver? We're going to need some playtime early, so let's go ahead and grab Adam Thielen, get some playtime early, lock it up. Something that's going to produce early on in the season. May not produce later on the season, but that should make up for Xavier Worthy's production. We need some more production from wide receiver 3 now. Honestly, that is our biggest need right now. Quarterback is solidified, regardless of us having anything else to play off of him. And running back is solid. I'm okay with not drafting running back. My wide receiver is still trash. Tight end, we're done at tight end. So it's just wide receiver and adding one late round quarterback here. Honestly, I haven't even looked. I haven't looked at bye weeks yet. I didn't even look to see what we got going on so far. Week 11, running back 6, 12, 9, 11. So at running back, they all have different buys. At quarterback 14, it won't be a problem if I get the other one there. Okay. Wide receivers 12, 6, 5, all different there. 12, 6, 5 plus 2 11s and another 12. So a little bit of overlap there, but at the same time, it's enough that it's currently filling it out. Still, tight ends is 10 and 5, so we're good there. Okay. And no certain week more than 3 teams as your player. Chase, ETN, and Gabe Davis, obviously those two because they had the same bye week. Oh shoot, the team that that we built yesterday. That was a lot of bye week 12. That's that one. I didn't even think about that. I forgot about bye weeks yesterday, and that's why there's an advantage. Oh, it's nice the Steelers not getting an early bye week. Lions get an early bye week. Put my butt to bed after this, man. Feelings. All right, so out of the one hole we have Moons. Out of the 2 hole we have Mike Ivarda. Cam Man out of the 3 spot. Sittenbach at 4 or 5. Leslie Frazier at 6. Bucks 93 at 7. Easy Money Man at 8. Irene Hits 9. Naturd 10. Cash for Coins at 11. And DeLuca at 12. Take Jermaine Burton. Grab another receiver there. Grab Rice. Remember Levis, maybe. Ricky. Ricky Pearsall, Ray Davis. This was Troy Franklin, Malachi Corley, Marshawn Lloyd, J.J. McCarthy, and Ben Sinnott went on the rookie little tirade here in the 14th round. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 12 picks were rookies in that round. Dewani Vidal. There was a lot of rookies drafted in rookie running backs drafted on my team yesterday with Tom. I think we grabbed Ray Davis, Kamani Vidal, Ray Davis, Kamani Vidal, Jonathan Brooks. I was going to go Roman Wilson. Oh. It's okay. Let's just go ahead and grab Bryce. Let's not play around with ADPs here. Clearly, somebody's watching me, or they just know somehow what I'm going to draft. Let's just not mess around with missing out on another quarterback. So I got a nice little Carolina stack. My boy Gabe Davis, a.k.a. Derek, would approve. And let's got that. Who is Carolina playing? Tampa Bay won it. Ooh. It's beautiful. Let's see here. I keep going to the wrong tab. It's really throwing me off. Close this tab. So Dallas and Philadelphia, Miami, Cleveland. I have a KC, Pittsburgh, mini. Do not have any Seattle, Chicago. I don't think I have any Denver yet. Probably won't get any Denver, to be completely honest. I saw that Mims went, so that was probably out the window. Unless I take Estime, but I don't think I'm going to take another running back. Getting a notification somewhere. I don't understand how computers work sometimes. Boom. Sure. I really don't understand. Okay, so general. Everyone, free ticket time, blah, blah, blah. And tool updates. Everyone, not really me. Those who have his tool updates. Should take a look. Who's Washington play? They play Atlanta. Okay. Come on. One more pick. Sitting back 6, 5, 4. What else do we have? Wide receiver, actually. Luke McCaffrey. I already forgot. Atlanta, Felix. Atlanta. Washington, Atlanta. No Atlanta, but it's not the point. We like the matchup. We want a piece of it. Doesn't need to be overfilled. Does not need to be underfilled. Just if you can't get it, if you can't, don't worry about it. You can't change what you can't do. You can always try somebody, but it's actually not worth it. I will probably be going one more wide receiver at least here. I want Jalen McMillan. I like Baker, so don't get me wrong. And 90% of the time I would go Baker here. But Jalen McMillan is highly correlated for week 17 with my Carolina stack. And it's when you're going to want McMillan, I guess is what I'm saying. Is it at the end of the season, getting close to the playoff time. I really like this team next to me, man. They got Christian Watson. They got ASB. But then they got Goff at 3. I got 2. So sorry if you hear that, y'all. That's good for it. Good for it. Let's apologize ahead of time. If you smell it, this is a scratch and sniff stream. Scratch me and you sniff me. Smell like an iPhone. Went a little crazy with drafting 4 out of 5 rookie wide receivers, probably. But I had Gabe. I have Adam Thielen. I have five rookie wide receivers. Yeah. Looking to the 18th round here, almost. And I still feel good about people don't know who to draft here. I feel fairly comfortable knowing what I want. And now that we have the schedule, we can kind of figure out things that make sense. I wish Underdog would do one thing. Is allow me to have these selected, these 3 selected, and I have things quicker to my thought brain process. Okay, so I was gonna tweet out that the Steelers are playing on my birthday in a Monday night game. Who they playing? I forgot. They're playing the Giants on Monday night. I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a Najee Monday night football game. That's gonna be exciting. I get to put him as my captain. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a fun day. Considering that he's going to be probably running for MVP, sign me up, guys, sign me up. Ooh, what is his odds currently on DraftKings Sportsbook? Football. Stat leaders, rushing yards. Stat leaders, rushing yards. Where am I missing? Okay, make sure I'm on the clock first. Okay, still got a little bit. We got 2 picks here. Did I miss something? I don't like what that's saying. I don't like what that's saying. Let's go ahead and flex it. We're going to go ahead and take Jatavian if he falls to me here. Let's go ahead and refresh the lobby. Can I do that? My phone's dead. I can't do that. Is it because I went into the NF? I bet you it's because I went into the silly thing. Oh no! Emergency! Emergency! Can I use your charger, boo? Emergency! Emergency! Well. Oh, no, can't do it because it's on my computer. Ask for the send my code. Don't touch it. It won't. It will just take longer if you try to keep turning it on. I only know that from experience. Well. This just turned into a live betting show because I tried to access the DraftKings sportsbook. I have a feeling. Let's see here. Gosh dang it. No! Well, my phone died right before the stream because I was putting my son to bed and I was watching videos with him. So I can't access my current DraftKings lobby, which means the stream is over. Because probably auto drafting. God knows what I'm auto drafting there. Well, at least I have my ranks in, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, that's obnoxious. And I dacked out, so I can't even see what the odds were for Najee. That is obnoxious, DraftKings. Honestly, Underdog's been doing that to me too. I had to log in every single time. Just let me stay logged in. I'm not going anywhere. Logged into the same place. It's either here or at my current job. I don't understand why I have to log in every 5 seconds. Well, it was a fun team. I had AR at quarterback to go along with Bryce Young. It had Najee, Devin A. Chain, and I missed somebody in front of it. Was it Josh Jake? No, Travis Etienne with Devin Singletary running back. Had Xavier Worthy, Jameson Williams, Jamar Chase at the starting wide receiver positions, followed with Thielen, Gabe Davis. Who else was in there? The Carolina boys, Thielen and Leggett. We got Luke McCaffrey, Jermaine Burton. I think that was my last pick. I was going to draft Jahavian Sanders because that would have been fun. But since I decided to go into the sportsbook, it took down my current login information. So it was fun. All right. Well, sorry for the short stream. Well, I guess it's not short. It's been an hour. All right. Well, it's been fun. It's real. I'll see y'all on Tuesday. See you guys.